Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Andy. I'm a self-taught developer, and in this video I'm going to tell you how to not get fired from your first job as a programmer, because the last thing you want to have happen to you is spend all this time and effort in learning to code only to get fired after a couple weeks in your first job, which has happened to people. It sucks. It's not fun. So if you're new here, by the way, I'm Andy Sterkowitz, and I'm a mentor and coach to aspiring developers. So if you're looking for content for yourself, if you're looking to get into development, I highly recommend subscribing below. Also make sure to hit the bell icon to get notifications anytime I put out a new video. So let's talk about how not to get fired. Like, what's my basic advice here? It's pretty simple. Now, before I give you that advice, I want to just give you the layout of what I see as far as what you'll potentially get hired into. There's two types of companies really that I see. So the first company that you don't really have to worry about getting fired in, at least, again, from what I'm seeing, is usually a bigger company with a established HR department, meaning like a separate HR department. Also, if this company has a very stringent process for hiring developers, in other words, you have to, do multiple interviews, you have to do a lot of coding challenges, you have to do whiteboarding, take home, that sort of thing. At those companies, because that process is so good of hiring people, they're gonna know who you are. They're gonna know pretty well from a behavioral perspective who you are, but they're also gonna know from a technical perspective or technical abilities where you stand. So there's gonna be very little chance that you're gonna show up after a couple months and they're gonna be like, okay, this person is not who we thought they were. They are not that skilled at software development. So if you get hired into a company like that, I think there's not a ton to worry about. I mean, as long as you don't mess up and like show up drunk to work or just don't show up to work at all, that's on you though, right? Now, if you go to a smaller company or even a medium-sized company who doesn't have that HR department or doesn't have the long interview process or doesn't have a real stringent technical process for filtering out people who just aren't going to be technically skilled, that's where the risk comes in that you can get let go after a few weeks or a few months, because it is very hard to assess talent. It is super hard to assess skill as a software developer, and companies throw millions and billions of dollars at this point to assess technical talent, and they still can't really necessarily figure it out. So I know of companies, even my previous companies, that they just focus on the behavioral aspect of it, and maybe they use a coding, or like I should say some coding homework or a take-home homework to assess that candidate's abilities, and then they just go with who they like. And that's really dangerous, because the company can find out 3 months in that this person really just doesn't know what they're doing and they're not very resourceful. And so that's where the risk comes in. So if you get hired by a company like that, that's where the risk increases. Now, as far as like how do you not get fired, like look, at the end of the day, let's be very clear here. You have very little control over things. You can control how much you study, how much you work, what attitude you bring in. But at the end of the day, you could be a very hard worker, you could bring in a great attitude, and they could still fire you. But what I think is, and this is my simple advice here, and this is what I've seen again from different people who I've worked with and different people who I've seen get fired and let go from companies, is this. It's actually very, very simple. Basically, you want to be the type of developer who is resourceful, who is somewhat self-reliant, and not helpless. And the only way that I can really see people cultivating that when they are learning to code is to really focus on building project after project, getting very comfortable with doing things outside of the scope of a tutorial, outside the scope of a book, of a course, of a class, and really constantly creating projects to the point where they're very comfortable with ambiguity, right? They're comfortable without a clear direction in things, meaning having somebody stand over you and telling you, do this, do this, do this. Because a lot of times what happens is when you go to a company for the first time, they'll start you out small, they'll support you, they'll give you little tiny bugs to work on. But as you progress there, they're gonna give you more and more challenging things to work on. They're gonna have you build new features potentially. And if you're not comfortable with just being handed something and kind of figuring things out, or having at least a structure how to figure things out, because look, you're gonna need help. I don't care who you are, you're gonna need help in the early days. But if you're just completely helpless and they hand you something and you freak out, you don't know what you're doing, and you don't even know how to ask questions for help, that's where the risk increases that they're gonna see you as this helpless developer who needs tons and tons of mentorship and tons of support. And that may not be what they're looking for. Some companies are very supportive, but others, they want people who can produce early and fast and can have that fast learning curve. And again, what I have seen separates people is people who, in their process of learning, they focus on building projects. They get very comfortable with getting frustrated. No one gets, look, I don't care who you are. It sucks when you're stuck on a bug on your application for, potentially days at a time, and you find out it was like a spelling error or something like that, especially in JavaScript. But when you've gone through that process more than one time or more than a few times, you start to understand that it's pretty typical to get stuck. And so when you get thrown into an environment like at your first job where they're going to be handing you a feature to build, you're not going to put your hands up and go, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. This is too much pressure. You'll have been used to it. Whereas what I've seen to contrast that, what I've seen from some people is they love the academic side of programming, right? So they love the theory, they love tutorials, they love being walked through things. That's great. You can absolutely increase your skills that way, and you should to a certain degree. But somebody who leans heavily in that side, when they get to their first job, the risk there is that they are going to be completely overwhelmed when someone says, hey, build this for me. And they're sitting there going like, I don't have the tutorial for that. I don't have the course for that. And so it can be overwhelming and the pressure can be too much. So the way I look at it is this: you want to put yourself through the fire now, right? Like you want to bleed now in practice so that when you go into battle, it's not that bad. You're not going to freak out when it happens. Like you want to put yourself in challenging positions before you get hired so that way it's not that big of a deal. So really, like, take this to heart. Like, build, like, if you're in the process now of learning this, focus on building projects. Yes, you need to have the academic side of things. Yes, you need to have tutorials. Yes, you need to learn things. But really shift your focus, that ratio, I say, to building projects. Like, make sure you really focus on that. If you're getting stuck doing that, that's totally normal. That's the life as a software developer, is getting stuck, problem solving, working your way through it. So I highly recommend taking this to heart. This is not something, I know it's simple advice. I know it's something that for a lot of you guys are probably going like, I was expecting all these tips and tricks. Like, I think at the end of the day, that can be the one thing that really helps you set you apart and make sure that it gives you the best chance of staying hired at your first job. So don't overlook it. It's something I've definitely seen as far as a pattern for people that I've seen get fired. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I highly recommend leaving a like if you enjoyed the video. Also, by the way, if you are new to software development, if you're just getting into this and you're looking for guidance about what programming languages to potentially learn, I've actually created a free PDF report called the Top 5 Programming Languages to Learn in 2019. And it will give you an idea, a sense of what different programming languages offer. I'll give you my recommendations there. So I highly recommend downloading it, and I will put that link in the description below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, guys, and peace out. Have a good one. Take care.